If you're buying a co-op apartment in New York State, what closing costs can you expect to pay? Come with me and I'm going to give you a pretty damn good approximation as to what those are. First, we start with attorney's fees. Typically, I tell people to ballpark at around $2,000. That includes everything from contract drafting and negotiation to title, lender, and in this case, board clearance, as well as attending the closing and making sure all goes smoothly. Next, title fees. So you don't order a title report when you buy a co-op apartment in New York State. You do, however, order a lien search. Those just review the apartment and make sure that there's no open liens or violations against the apartment itself. Sometimes it also comes back with building-wide information, which is good to know. Those typically don't come back clean as compared to the apartments, but it's good to know what building you're buying into and what the issues are. Typically, those run $500. Next, an Eagle 9 policy. An Eagle 9 policy is very similar to a title insurance policy that you would buy if you purchased a condo or a home, but that being said, it's generally about 0.5% of the purchase price. If you bought a co-op for $350,000, you're paying about $1,750 for an Eagle 9 policy. You don't have to get an Eagle 9 policy. Not everybody does, but it's something I would recommend if you are purchasing a co-op apartment. It only applies if you're buying a very expensive co-op for $1 million or more. Typically, that's in New York City. Mansion tax is typically paid by the purchaser, and it's between 1 and 3.9%. So if it's 1 million or on the lower end of the seven-figure range, it's usually about 1%. As you get higher towards like 25 million and above, it's 3.9%. So something to consider if you're buying a very expensive co-op apartment. And then lastly, the co-op may have some fees. So first off, a purchase application fee. You have to submit a board application for the board to review for your purchase. They have to approve you before the closing can take place. Typically, it's $500 to $700 is the range, so I just say assume $600. And if it's less, that's awesome. Next, co-ops may have something called a flip tax or a transfer fee. This is not to be confused with transfer tax. This is a co-op revenue generation mechanism. This has to be in the bylaws. Your attorney should review the bylaws while doing due diligence and advise you if there is a transfer fee, and then what that is. Typically, it's in the 1 to 3.5% range of the purchase price. So just do the math based on that, but usually it's on the lower end of that. From experience. Lastly, co-ops may also have other fees, such as a move-in fee. That's in addition to perhaps a trip tax, and that's anywhere from $500 to $1,000. You would have to ask the management company or the transfer agent up front to get a good rundown of that. Please let me know if you have any other questions about buying a co-op apartment in New York State. Leave a comment below, like the video. I'll catch you on the next one.